Cheers. 2020, get money. You feel me? Okay. My name is Brianne White, and I am the best photographer in the world. Can we cheers to that? I was sitting in the car waiting for my brother to get off of work, and I pulled the camera out, started shooting. Ready for this, Bev? And this publicist came up to me, and he was like, how long you been doing photography? I'm like, 5 years? And he was like, you got a portfolio on you? I was like, nah, but I can show you on Friday, so let's bring that chin down. I Googled how to be a photographer. I studied like a bunch of campaigns and advertisements, did a portfolio. Next thing you know, I'm traveling to New York for Fashion Week, and I dropped out of college.
Oh, fire.
I don't like being on set for a long time, and I don't think you need 2-3 hours or a full day to get 4 or 5 shots. I know what I'm looking for. Head to the right, yep, there we go. What I'm doing is changing the way people look at Black folks, from our hair, our lips, our skin, like everything being so beautiful, especially here in Detroit. I go to 4 or 5 states a week, and I always tell people like, yo, you have to come to Detroit. It's so beautiful. Like, if you come to Detroit, I'll give you a tour. How many tours I did? 50, 60? Like, people fall in love with the city. So far, like, I had like 4 people move here off the tour. The one thing I want people to go home with is a sense of community. Like, it's not in New York, it's not in LA. Everybody for themselves, and we looking out. I'm Detroit to the day I die.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside historic Keyword Stadium, where tonight a very special international friendly as Detroit City FC plays host to Atlas FC out of Liga MX. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger. My name is Neil Rule. Happy to have you wherever you may be watching around the world. As always, your Watch City stream brought to you by Banker College. And John, Atlas FC, historic franchise, been around for a very long time, one of the powers in Liga MX. They have players that have played in World Cups, that have played in EPL, La Liga, etc., etc., etc. This is very, very high-level soccer and should be a very special night.
It's very interesting to see them come up and fit this fixture into their Mexican schedule. Of course, they're coming off of a match against Cruz Azul, a name you will know if you watch the CONCACAF Champions League or Liga MX. They have Guadalajara next, and here they are on Saturday night at Keyword Stadium. Nice for them, however, as well. If you take a look at the squad that they came in with tonight, they have some of their youth players up. It gives them a chance to give them a run out and see what they have.
And speaking of lineups, let's check out what Detroit City FC is packing here tonight. You see Nate Steinwasser getting the goal, keeping responsibilities here this evening. A little bit of breaking news. Danny Deacon will not play tonight due to an injury that had happened to him earlier this week in training. But you know the names.
Tendai Jadida, Bakey Goodman, Nate Steinwasser between the sticks, Cyrus Sadie on the pitch, James Vaughn, who's made a name for himself of late, Stephen Carroll along the back line with Jalen Chrysler. It's a good City 11. And when you talk about goals for this contest, Neil, I had a chance to talk with Trevor James, and he really talked about the importance of making sure his players did what he wanted them to do and continue to play the City way. It's all about testing yourself, not hunkering down and worrying as much about a result or trying to prevent Atlas from scoring at all costs, but going out and trying to play the way they want to play as a building block, a further building block for the next generation of what this club wants to do.
So we're just about ready to go. The starting keeper, or portero, for Atlas FC will be Camilo Vargas. All he's done in his career, playing the 2014 World Cup for Colombia, was also on the 35-man roster for the 2018 World Cup as well. But that's the only level he's reached in soccer in his life. So again, some of the very best players in the world here at Keyworth Stadium tonight. We're ready to go. The whistle sounds, and away we go here in Hamtramck. Tonight's Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. It's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, the fun part about it, Neil, in addition to the fact that you get a chance to see such high-level players, you're talking about a player that played in the World Cup, you know, and was at that level. I saw on their faces as they were coming off from pre-match warm-up, as they saw the fans, and especially the young fans in the concourse at Keyworth, an environment like this also holds something special for them, especially as they see the Northern Guard coming out with the Atlas-colored smoke in tribute tonight. And they do things like that, and usually by the end of all of these matches, you will see the Liga MX or the Bundesliga 2 or the Irish opposition or English opposition that have come in here or Italian opposition respecting what Detroit City have built and realizing that this is also part of the game. It makes it a special night.
Here is Jadida moving to the top of the D. Touch gets away from him. It's tracked down by the keeper, Vargas. Vargas will get things going. Atlas FC 4-3-1. Currently sitting in 6th place in the Liga MX table. They play Guadalajara next Saturday night. As you talked about, John, coming off that 1-0 loss to Cruz Azul on Wednesday. So they're a player. Everything's in front of them. As far as Liga MX is concerned, historically, one of the blue blood franchises in all of Liga MX. They play their home matches at Estadio Jalisco. That seats over 55,000 fans. Try this on for history. That stadium hosted matches in the 1970 World Cup, the 1986 World Cup. Young soccer player named Pelé played in the World Cup there as well.
You know, and I'd be impressed, but Keyworth had FDR in the
That
house.
shot strikes! Detroit City FC gets the jump. Ryan Peterson once again.
Didn't see that shot coming. Wow. Turn and shoot and go. And Ryan Peterson makes his mark. He didn't look like he was going to shoot at all.
Until he did.
Had his head up, was looking toward the corner, watching a man making a run, and then turns and shoots, and it's 1-0.
Peterson had the game winner last week against the Philadelphia Fury, and in the 3rd minute has shot a bolt of lightning through this stadium. The Liga MX side down by a goal.
That was a beautiful turn and shoot by Ryan Peterson.
And he beat Vargas clean.
I think part of the reason he beat Vargas is Vargas had no idea he was looking to shoot. And be able to turn and shoot that quickly, that young man has a future in this game.
And that's a player, John, I was actually going to talk about him in a little while in the broadcast, but I guess no time like the present. His pace has been game-changing for Detroit City. And now we see, and I guess if you were going to ask a question of Peterson, does he have that goal scorer's flair? I like that.
Answer, yes.
Yes.
Part of it for Ryan is controlling his pace. You know, he's got the pace to burn, but you have to be able to control it to turn and shoot. And it looks like he's been able to develop that. Look at this.
Matthews with the touch back. Nobody on the other end. Osvaldo Martinez took it away, but now Cyrus Sadie has it back. Matthews again heavy with the touch. James Vaughn sends it back to Jalen Chrysler. Chrysler to the middle. Atlas FC now trying to put something together on the other end. Jesus Alberto Angulo to Iziata. Dropped off to Aguilar. Aguilar, 21 years old, has been in the Atlas youth system from 2015 to last season. Threaded through to the top of the D. Now it's punched out of harm's way.
And you see how much the height and physicality advantage right now favors Atlas FC on those aerial balls, just up so far and able to control. And the one-touch passing, just very deliberate and crisp, and a great run here.
Here comes Mauricio Curel, and that's out of his reach. So Curel, the forward tonight, 9 matches played for the Colombian U20 national team. And that will be a repetitive theme throughout the night as we speak about the Atlas FC players. Nate Steinwasser, speaking of pros, spent some time in the pros in Sweden. Former Detroit Titan great. Got to be a thrill for him to square off against some of the best in the world.
Well, I think that's the case for all these Detroit City players. Go out and show what you can do, get a little respect, and have people from around the world watching you.
And a big hello to everybody watching tonight. Staggering viewership numbers, I'm sure. Of course, hello to everybody watching down in Mexico. And as always, we'll take your tweets with the hashtag WatchCity. Those have been fast and furious coming in since the match started. 7th minute. If you're just joining us, Ryan Peterson in the 3rd minute with a bolt of lightning. Marcelo Vieira along that far touchline. Plays it to the middle. Martinez.
Such good control on the ball, Neil. You watch that ball never more than about half a yard from their boot. That's really, as you go further up the professional ladder, you really see that one-touch control. You never have that foot where a defender can get in and interrupt you. Atlas so good on the ball.
Ball sent through the middle. There's Christopher Trejo. Trejo, as you might see on your screen, that shot blocked, number 186, John, and that's common for the youth players to have a triple-digit number on the back of their kit.
Yeah, it lets you know. It's kind of, you know what, if you're going to make the comparison, it's like the minor league pitcher in baseball in spring training.
In the 60s and 70s.
Wearing 76. Yeah, that tells you exactly where you stand, and that's, you know.
Yazid Matthews. Oh, the flag is up. That was right in front of our broadcast location. A case could be made. And Yazid was onside, but that is not the call.
We will say that was a tight decision. And in the interest of it being a friendly, we will give the benefit of the doubt to the officials. Maybe.
Casillas settled that one down. Now here's Cyrus Sadie. Casillas runs out to his left. Sadie instead goes wide to that left side. City on the attack. Becky Goodman the target. Too much on it. Got a tweet here with the hashtag WatchCity from our good friend BJ Jasinski. Says, I'm getting a new ACL on Thursday, which means I'm Watch City today. Hope everything goes well, my friend.
Best of luck on the surgery. That's a long recovery process. Wish you the best.
Jadida. Matthews muscled off. And now Atlas FC looking to start a counter. Vieira just outside the 18. And Jalen Chrysler shuts it down.
That's a great job by Chrysler to be unafraid and step up. Keep good body position. Oh!
Jadida out there clowning along the touchline. Just poked away from him. Here's Jesus Alberto Angulo. He played in 3 matches for the Mexican national team, most recently against the United States in a friendly last September.
His older brother, by the way, I understand, may have made a trip up to Keyword Stadium last year.
Absolutely.
He was part of Necaxa's team.
That is the case. Jesus Ricardo Angulo. That ball threaded just wide of the frame. Nate Steinwasser directing traffic. The Steinwasser will put the boot to it. But Detroit City FC has changed the complexion of this match early on. And you see maybe just a hint that Atlas FC has turned up their pace a little bit, maybe a little earlier than they wanted to.
Yeah, you never like when you're the further up team in the professional ladder that you're down 1-0. You can tell they're taking it seriously. A couple of the touches have been with a little more urgency.
We saw an extra clear out there on that header by Jorge Segura, who's on loan from some league that goes by the initials of EPL from Watford in the English Premier League. Again, this just gives you an idea of the talent that's out there on the pitch right now for Atlas FC.
It's also, by the way, and since you bring it up, you're seeing it more that the Liga MX is becoming a league that Premier League clubs, European clubs, are starting to take seriously as a good developmental league.
Sure.
You've seen...
And of course, Liga MX too, John, as well. That recent television deal here in America with Fox Sports. Their matches delivered, and they pull ratings, man. Those are the facts.
They do. And it's worth noting.
Here comes Casillas. Casillas spun down. Official says play on.
Yeah, that was a good challenge. That is welcome to the fact that I'm a Liga MX player. Nothing wrong with that. Just stood him up.
Curo plays it to the top of the 18. Becky Goodman with the challenge. Actually took Iziata off the ball.
Things stand, there's a possibility things could get a little chippy here. I'm looking at some of the Atlas players, and they're not thrilled that they haven't been able to score.
Curo with a shot, and Steinwasser makes the stop. Boy, Mauricio Curo found some space, but Steinwasser equal to the challenge.
It's a great job to leave the ball in space. And a great shot, but right at Steinwasser. Well, 12 minutes in, Neil, I'll tell you what, Trevor James' desire for his club to play the way that he wants them to play when they're playing against lower division U.S. opposition is working to plan. City have held their own. Now, much like the friendly earlier in the season against Liga MX opposition with FC Juarez, I think there's another gear that we will still see from Atlas. But for now, very positive for Detroit City FC.
Ball played back. Angulo touches it towards the middle of the pitch. Atlas FC down by a goal. And now, John, you get the feeling settling in just a bit here in the 13th minute. There's some space in the attacking third that they are exploiting.
Well, given that their lone center back at the moment is standing with his body on the Detroit City side of the halfway line.
I'll tell you what that does. That tells you playtime is over now.
We let you have your
for
fun.
Atlas FC.
Yeah, we let you score your goal. Let's go ahead now. And that's what they'll be saying. They're going to try to tilt this field and condense. What it's done for City, by the way, is it's forced wingbacks back to be extra defenders. You have the defensive trio back there, but you also have wingbacks and midfielders back to help out. Cyrus Sadie, Tendai Jadida back helping defensively.
Ball touched wide. Cross sent into the 18. Headed up in the air. Steinwasser off the line. Collides with the attacker, but comes down with the ball. Boy, John, how about that cross? It was sent in from the far touchline.
Just drops it in on a dime.
Look at this.
Whoops. And right on a dime. And
with pace.
Unfortunately, the guy that it was intended for didn't expect it to be that good.
Yeah.
Came off the top of his head.
Lots of contact as Ryan Peterson taken down by Segura.
Well, that is definitely a foul, and Ryan did his best to try to fight through that challenge. But it's tough when you're dragged down from behind.
Segura, 22 years old. We mentioned the fact he's on loan from Watford. Also spent some time with the Colombian U20 national team.
Now, I've noted here, Neil, City bringing everybody forward except for one center back. You have to get the play in correctly, otherwise you're vulnerable on the counter.
Jadida Tried to strike a little half volley. Not a lot on it. Vargas outlets it quickly. And John, that's something I've noticed a change in the game of soccer, even within the last 10 years. That ball sent inside the 18. That shot trickles through and just wide of the left post. But that's a big difference I've noticed in the game of soccer, even over the last 5 or 10 years, as we'll take one more look. As Vieira slides it just wide. The keeper nowadays is a trigger offensively. It's not just about stopping shots and coming off your line and making grabs. It's about making the grab and outletting and getting the offense moving.
Absolutely, and they work on that in training. And you saw that, you know, who was very good at that last year for Detroit City FC was Fernando Pena.
Yep.
Who was always with his head up and looking to start a play.
Cyrus Sadie steps through. Official says play on. Look at how far up this back line for Atlas FC is.
That back line could provide service from where they're standing at the moment.
John, it's almost like it's the 88th minute.
I'll tell you what, credit where credit is due to City right now. They are keeping their shape and not allowing Atlas to make them turtle around the ball. Still keeping the midfielders out. There's space in between, and Atlas will try to exploit that. But City are doing a very nice job of keeping their shape, even in a condensed field.
Steinwasser will put it back in play. More tweets with the hashtag WatchCity. Very opinionated. Kate, our good friend, watching City from work. Keep me updated in the best way, gentlemen. No face, no name. Watching from home with the kids. Abby's name. Peterson, you just scored on Liga MX. That is the case. That is what has staked City to this 1-0 lead. And our Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College.
And see Atlas take possession in midfield, and watch as they go forward. Those center backs just creep forward and condense that field again.
Guerrero makes his move. Breakdown in communication. Segura recovers and sends it back. And I can remind you, the next time you come to Keyword Stadium, be sure to take advantage of Wheelhouse Detroit's free bike valet. Check out wheelhousedetroit.com to learn more about the best tours of Detroit on 2 wheels.
Neil, what Atlas are doing right now, they're playing on the ball, stretching City.
Here's some space on the right side. Cross sent in. Gathered temporarily. Fighting through, making a defensive play. And ultimately, it struck into the back of the net. And Atlas FC has leveled this match at 1. As Facundo Barcelo Vieira, who played in the Argentinian Premier Division, evens things up.
Nice job to keep it alive. City can't clear, and all of a sudden, it bounces over the head of a City defender. And he never stopped making a run. And easily able to poke it home onside. And we're level at 1. Nice job by Facundo Barcelo Vieira to continue his run, continue to follow the ball, never stop, never assume that City was going to clear. And to the victor goes the spoils. He gets the goal, and it's 1-1. And look, right off the goal, Atlas right again turning up the heat. Pressure on Nate Steinwasser and the City defense.
Atlas FC not content after that last goal. Guedo drops it back. Jesus Alberto Angulo. And now Atlas FC will try the right side. How quickly they can work the perimeter of the attack. I mean, go from touchline to touchline in 2 passes.
Absolutely. Just stretch out the defense, find the seam. It's also worth noting that as I take a look at the history of the international series here for Detroit City FC, this is the first time that we are seeing a professional club from another country come in here directly during their season.
In season, right.
Every other international opponent has been either right before or right after their season. Same with St. Pauli, Glentoran. You saw Necaxa come in last year. They were ramping up to their Apertura campaign. FC Juarez was in between campaigns. They were still kind of in preseason. This is an international opponent that is right in the heart of their competitive season with a strong lineup. So whatever the result is tonight, there's no, we were just warming up on it. This is a team that's in it, and they look like a team that's in it, and they're moving the ball like a team that's in it. And it leads to what you talk about with the ease to which they move the ball.
Sent back. Once again, Segura has it back.
Segura along the back line, he's so good at just deciding where to send that ball for service. And this is a great crossfield ball. Nice job to snuff it out.
Becky Goodman takes it away. And that was looking dangerous for Vieira. Can City counter? They cannot. The foul is called. Bowling Warehouse is the official pre-match bar of Detroit City FC. Next time you come to a City home match, be sure to stop by the Bowling Warehouse and take part in the official march to the match. 22nd minute, we are level at 1. It's been fun so far. Ryan Peterson in the 3rd minute. Change of perspective of this match. And ever since that goal from Peterson, Atlas FC has moved forward, to say the least.
They're finding a lot of joy on the wings right now, Neil. That's the byproduct of being able to switch it from touchline to touchline, as they have been, is that City forced to always respect both wings, and they can distribute easily and freely to both wings. It sets up the ability to make runs.
More tweets coming in with the hashtag WatchCity. Lex Alamode is watching from Tennessee. Steve Treppa tweets at us, watching from the RV in Grand Haven. He's got a nice setup working right there. Got the city flag up right underneath the American flag.
That is
He included a picture. That's good living right there.
That is excellent living right there.
That's glamping. That's not camping. That's the kind of camping I bet Lindsey Pearson would be involved with.
Yes. Something with indoor plumbing and a nice
absolutely.
couch. Say, well, why don't you park... Excuse me there. Why don't you park that out back of Keyworth? We're coming out, post-game libations.
All right. That's what I'm saying. Orlando Ford, dad and son watching City tonight. They're holding their own. Go City. They certainly are as we cross in to the 24th minute of our Watch City stream. Atlas FC along that far right touchline. And, John, that's been the predominant side of attack so far here for Atlas FC.
Well, it's from where they start their attack. What they've been able to do, though, is as they start the attack down the right side, and then City, of course, adapts defensively, they've got someone making a run down the backside, down the near touchline, and they have the ability to get the ball to him. That's the dimension that's lacking in the lower division U.S. game that City doesn't need to worry about. Once you advance the ball halfway into the attacking third, you're pretty
much pot committed to that side.
That's where the service is going to come from, and you can adapt. Not with this opponent.
Trejo knocked that one down. Now it's sent through. Up by the spot, left foot shot cleared off the line, but giving it a go. Facundo Barcela Vieira, who already has a goal here tonight, making a bid for another.
And again, down that far wing they go, and then right in.
Corner service coming up.
Only one center back in defense right now.
The keeper's actually going back to talk to the manager. It's the corner sent in. Popped high in the air by Vargas.
It tells you about how worried they are about the counter.
Chrysler headed it up. Right foot trickles just wide. That was Daniel Aguilar that gave that one a go, and Steinwasser will put the boot to it.
I'll tell you what, credit where credit is due to Atlas. You know, the reputation from some of the Mexican League and down into Central South America is that in the area, you know, if there's contact, you're going to see some players go down and make a referee make a decision. There were a couple of challenges by City players on that corner that, with a player on your back, would have been very easy to go down and ask the referee to think about it. Fought right through it, kept playing on. You like to see that in the game where physical contact doesn't always mean appealing for a penalty.
Here comes Atlas one more time. Angulo stepping through, going down in the box. No whistle from the official, and Jadida will clear it out of harm's way. Yazid Matthews fighting through some contact. Peterson up with him. Matthews tried to slot it ahead, but instead, the keeper Vargas will make the grab. The manager for Atlas FC, Leandro Cufré from Argentina. As here's Jadida trying to send his cross in. As a player, played 68 matches for a small club named Roma in Serie A.
Never heard of him.
He won the Best Defender in Italy award. Also played for Argentina in the 2006 World Cup. Was an assistant for Cruz Azul and Santos Laguna. And now getting his spot as the guy in charge.
You see that, by the way, in the Mexican leagues. They're more, instead of looking out of the league to get managerial talent, we see a lot of movement where assistant technical directors for the highest clubs in Liga MX will get their shot with different Mexican clubs. It does really kind of help the continuity of the league, I think. Shows that you don't always need to look outside to find good managerial talent.
Becky Goodman finds Richard Bryan. Bryan spent some time in USL League 2 in Mississippi. Throw-in coming up. We're excited to have Henry Ford Health System as the official sports medicine provider of DCFC. Learn more at henryford.com. Opening kick temperature today was 72 degrees. It is perfect outside here this evening. You will not get many better evenings anywhere in the world than you have here right now.
You know, I think this is what City supporters were hoping for when we went to the extended season. The ability to have these fall games, you know, where it's not baking hot outside, 97 degrees, and the pitch at 125. You get to see some of the way the game is played in the rest of the world.
Jadida knocks it down the pitch. Camilo Vargas will roll it out. Here comes Atlas FC again.
It's interesting. City have tried to go down the near touchline a number of times. They're testing Angulo. If you're Angulo, I don't know if you take that, how you take that they keep running at you, that they think you're the weak link at it. But City have been able to find some joy on the near side of the field and run at and be a stride or two away from setting up another scoring chance. They're hanging right with this team from Liga MX.
They'll play it back to the keeper again. More tweets coming in with the hashtag WatchCity. Our good friend Gus Macker. Hey, Watch City, Mama Maggie is now calling Peterson Zeus. Thought you'd like to know. He struck with a bolt of lightning to start this match. There's no question.
I would accept that nickname if I were Ryan Peterson. And also, I'm glad that...
Not many folks lining up to give me a nickname of Zeus. I know that.
No, you have several nicknames, all of which are, I think, more apropos.
Here's Jalen Chrysler, former product of the Seattle Sounders U23 team. Speaking of MLS and the Seattle Sounders, their former draft pick, Becky Goodman, wings it to the left side. Here's Cyrus Sadie, the magician.
I think one of your nicknames needs to be the podcast master, by the way. Congratulations, partner, on the release of the new Detroit City Official Club podcast this week.
Absolutely. City Radio, the official Detroit City FC podcast, brought to you by Real Team Real Estate and Range Lending. Available on SoundCloud right now. And we're working with the Apple folks. Should be up on iTunes any hour now.
That's what I love to hear. And I understand there'll be live tapings held down at the Detroit City Clubhouse a good step for the club and a good thing for you, my friend. Congratulations.
Appreciate that. It's a lot of fun. Sat down with Sean Mann. We were at Motor City Casino Hotel. Atlas FC was knocking down dinner. Talked to some of their folks, and you can catch up with that on the City Radio Podcast, on SoundCloud, soon to be on iTunes. Working with the Spotify folks, Google Podcasts. Just be patient with me. Roll with me, folks. I'll have it in your preferred format.
They need to get on board. It needs to happen.
Stephen Carroll sends it back out. Just trickles over the line.
I'm really impressed with Carroll and Chrysler and Bakey Goodman in midfield, who has stymied his fair share of Atlas attacks tonight, showing that he is one of the players that City are very lucky to have in their setup.
Bakey, of course, missed the match last week against the Fury. Actually talked to him after the end of the match, said he was a bit banged up. Here's Peterson trying to turn on that pace. That time he's boxed off the possession by Alberto Angulo.
See, but that's the thing about Peterson. Look at that. Got boxed off, never quit.
He's a pit bull down there.
And turned into a defender. And he's gonna give up the foul, and Atlas are gonna get a chance to put the ball in play here. But that's what you want to see. Too many forwards in this game in today's soccer. You go down there, you're in the offensive attack, you get taken off the ball, they turn off the jets. Oh, I lost the ball. Okay, it's somebody else's job, a midfielder or a defender, to come in and try and win the ball back. Or they do something stupid as a forward and try to make what you call a forward's challenge. You know, go in there with the studs up and you get sent off or you get a booking. Peterson shows he's a two-way player there. He's able to challenge and keep things in the Atlas half.
Bakey Goodman sheds off some contact. That ball comes out. Stroh. Here comes Atlas FC making a run on that left side. Iziata, keep an eye on him. Turning around with it is Martinez. So Detroit City stands tall. And they'll have to do so again.
You got a guy in acres of space on the other touchline. Watch crossfield service.
Jalen Chrysler will come out and erase the threat, at least temporarily. 33rd minute, we're level at 1. Our Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College.
It's a nice touch there to get it through midfield.
Peterson the target. He makes a run. Ball served back to the keeper Vargas.
A little respect for Peterson. He drew a marker there. You know, normally you think a club like Atlas would think they need to mark a forward, but as Peterson moved into the attacking third, a marker picked him up. Ended up winning the ball, but shows Atlas is taking Peterson seriously.
Speaking of that, more tweets with the hashtag Watch City. Todd Keyser tweets at us, says, I wonder if Peterson thought, hey, I just scored a goal on a World Cup keeper after that. And of course, as we said earlier on, Camilo Vargas, rostered for the 2014 World Cup with Colombia, was on the 35-man roster for the 2018 World Cup with Colombia as well. Who, might I say, have some of the best kits in all of international soccer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, and their kids going back have been that way for a while. It was rather tragic with what ended up happening with the tragedy in World Cup 94, but their kids in World Cup 94 here in the U.S.
They brought heat the entire time.
All the way. I'll tell you what, speaking of Colombian football, one of the best ever ESPN 30 for 30s, the two Escobars.
It was very good.
It was excellent.
Iziata makes his move, but then loses control and looks up to the sky. Jesus Iziata, 22 goals in 188 matches played during his time at Necaxa. He made the preliminary roster for the Mexican national team in the 2017 World Cup. Notice a recurring theme here with all of these players, the highest levels of the game in the world.
When you're in that conversation, you might not make a final Gold Cup roster, but the fact that you're good enough that they're having a look, it tells you where you're at.
Segura tosses it in quickly.
You know, the lion's share of possession so far, clearly with Atlas, but City again continuing to win the ball, unafraid to challenge. And that's what you like to see in a situation like this. It goes back to something we've talked about a couple times, but this is what Trevor James wants to see his players doing. Be aggressive. If you would challenge a guy with the ball, if he were playing for Napa or the New York Cosmos, I want you doing it here. So that you develop the muscle memory and the instinct of being able to do that.
That foul whistled against Detroit City. Atlas FC look to get things rolling quickly. Atlas fans are known as La Fiel, which is Spanish for the faithful. They won Liga MX in 1951. They've won 4 Copa MX titles as well. Historically, always a top half of the table Liga MX side. Huge following. Play their home matches in front of 55,000+. And you can see that, the passion they brought. Lots of Atlas FC fans have come out here tonight. They are vocal. They are here. Long ball sent perfectly wide on the right side. That cross played out. Martinez got on the end of it. But how beautiful was that ball sent up?
I'll tell you what, that's a one-touch ball, and you know what else is nice is the way City were able to come back defensively and make that play to force the corner. Yes, it's wonderful that the ball was put up and it was beautiful, but also I love that City remained able to track that.
That was Jadida, I believe. Knocked down that cross. Corner service sent in. Beautiful bending ball. Volley strike. But before that, the whistle sounds.
Now with the goal kick, I want to go back to something you said in terms of the Atlas fans that are here this evening. You know what I love about these Liga MX friendlies is it's not only a friendly for the fans of the club that comes in. Walking through the concourse, I always love walking through the concourse on a friendly day like this.
On the right side, Bryan sends it in. Matthews' shot is blocked. And there's been just a couple of scoring opportunities for Detroit City, but the few they've had have been quality.
And I think a half touch there, just too long. If he was able to shoot on a one-touch kind of redirection, might have gotten through on frame, but the Atlas defender able to close down. Going back to what I was talking about, I walked through the concourse on a match like this. I saw Cruz Azul jersey. I saw Pumas jersey. I saw Club America jersey. You know, you have the Mexican fans, especially the Mexican-American population here in Detroit. Anytime a Liga MX club comes up here, doesn't matter who it is, they're going to come out in force.
Absolutely they will. Sometimes I think locally, for whatever reason, as that ball is threaded ahead, Stephen Carroll gives up some space, waits for reinforcements to arrive. Right side attack. Martinez spinning around. Martinez played off the ball, but does win the throw. I think, John, a lot of times, especially locally in Detroit, when you look at the Mexican-American population, I think sometimes people forget how large that is. And there's a thirst for soccer. There's a thirst for sports.
Absolutely. And you've seen it in some of the Detroit City youth programs.
Sure.
You know, and it was funny because right with the autograph line, as the cross comes in and is cleared out nicely, you know, there were a lot of young youth of color that were coming in.
Here comes Richard Bryan. City with the jailbreak, the pass behind. That shot comes through, and very confidently handling that was Vargas.
But a nice counter by City and nice one-touch passing and movement. So young youth of color coming in, wanting the autographs, clearly there to cheer for the Mexican side, wearing a DCFC youth kit. You know, and so
right.
You see the way that Detroit City FC have embraced the appetite for soccer that is here in this town, including by bringing up some of their home country clubs to be here and have nights like this.
Sure, and just piggybacking on that a bit, I mean, if you're a common sports fan that's tuning in to watch this here tonight, maybe you want to see what all the buzz is about and everything that's going on, look at it this way. If you're a baseball fan, think of maybe the West Michigan Whitecaps or the Lansing Lugnuts bringing in the Florida Marlins or somebody like that. That's what this is equivalent to.
Yeah, you know, it harkens back to my youth when, I don't know if you're old enough to remember this, I'm probably dating myself, but early as a baseball fan, you remember that the Tigers used to go down and play an exhibition against the Mud Hens?
Right.
In the middle of the season?
That's exactly what this is equivalent to.
It's exactly, you know, and it was always fun because they'd go down in Ned Skelton Stadium and they'd play, and it was just a fun mid-season break. And that's what this is. But both sides can take something from it. For Atlas, it's playing the youth players that you're going to see, I think, in the second half. More of the youth players. And for Detroit City FC, it's testing yourself against one of the best clubs in your hemisphere.
Segura sends it back. Backheel pass through. Stephen Carroll, last year's Black Arrow Award winner, plays it out. Casillas. Remember, Lyft is the official rideshare partner of DCFC. Be sure to take a Lyft the next time you come to a match here at Keyworth Stadium.
That way you can partake in the full Keyworth atmosphere.
Never a bad play. 42nd minute. We are level at 1. Iziata comes through. Alberto Angulo. Angulo again. Segura gets it back. The 22-year-old. He has that center back height. Certainly fills out that frame. He's head and shoulders above everybody else.
He is indeed. You know, Neil, it's interesting. Atlas started with a back four.
Crossing over inside the 18 to the top of the D. Right foot shot is blocked. That was James Vaughn as Martinez let it fly.
They've gone to a back two. Both wing backs for Atlas are midfielders at this point.
Cross sent in, punched out by Richard Bryan. Here comes City. Ozzie Matthews making a run as Peterson. Matthews tried to find Cyrus Sadie and was foiled twice. And back on the other side, here's Atlas FC. Working 1v1. Iziata. Iziata left foot. That shot is blocked.
Oh, Jalen Chrysler. Wow. Jalen Chrysler made up some ground on that play, Neil.
Iziata trying to fight through a double team. And Cyrus Sadie comes and takes it away. And that shot, and what a stop made by Nate Steinwasser as he climbs the ladder.
He had no business making that stop. Wow. 2 fingers and over the bar. Look at Steinwasser. Watch this. Time his jump perfectly and palm it over. Wow. That is a great reflex save by Nate Steinwasser. And a lot of goalkeepers don't make that save.
Corner coming up for Atlas FC. Curled in, headed over top of the frame. So Detroit City FC bending but not breaking. More tweets coming in with the hashtag WatchCity at Oakland U fan. Says, guys, is that like the Hackensack Bulls bringing in the New York Yankees? Was that the movie with Richard Pryor?
Oh, you know what?
Where the train would go through the outfield?
I think so. I know what you're talking about, and I can't remember the title.
Speaking of being old, if you remember that movie, you're probably old.
The Mexican fans have brought their chant up north for the goal kicks.
Yes, they have. Tons of fun here in Keyworth tonight. Cyrus Sadie. City with some possession. Jadida finds Cyrus. Cyrus one-on-one. Cyrus has it touched away. Osvaldo Martinez attempted to recover.
I think Cyrus waited a little too long on the ball there. You can't wait that long on the ball against this side.
We are in stoppage time.
You know, Neil, I'm not normally a moral victory guy, but if you had told me Detroit City FC could go into the locker room at halftime 1-1 with the Liga MX side, I'd have taken it.
No question.
And I think Trevor James would too.
Osvaldo Martinez plays it to the right side. Just 1 minute of stoppage time, so the whistle should be coming in fairly short order as Janita sends it up. Matthews taken down from behind. There will not be a booking, but there could have been.
Yeah, I think, and you see the referee there, he was kind of making the pat down motion, kind of trying to say, hey guys, this is a friendly. I think in a competitive game, there's a piece of plastic coming out of the referee's pocket.
Richard Bryan tries to work his way around the defenders. Banky Goodman. Cyrus attempts the 1-2. Cyrus gets it back. Crosses it in, stepping down, making the move, and it just gets away from Casillas, and the whistle sounds, but boy, Diego Casillas made a bid. He was this close.
Casillas shoot right there, and he knocked it down and then tried to dribble past the late closing defender. But if he could have shot the first touch, I think he gets it in, and it's a tough save to make. And then he knew he'd lost it.
45 minutes down, a very entertaining 45 minutes of play. End-to-end action, Detroit City FC got on the board first. In the third minute, lightning strike from Ryan Peterson before Facundo Barcelo Vieira would level a little bit later on, and that is where we stand. Another 45 minutes coming up. We'll start our halftime break of our Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College. We're tied at 1.
Football is a big deal in this house. So when Maurice was injured, we immediately thought the worst. To see my baby lose his joy hurt.
The DMC, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, is here to help athletes get back in the game.
They're like family. It was a long road, but we made it back.
DMC, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, a community built on care.
When we face adversity, we find a way through it. It's about taking care of each other. It's the small parts that make a big difference. At Chevy, we promise to do ours. We're offering Chevy owners complimentary OnStar Crisis Assist services and Wi-Fi data. If you need a new Chevy, interest-free financing for 84 months with deferred payments for 120 days on many of our most popular models. You may even shop online and take delivery at home. It's just our way of doing our part.
Welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium. Second half underway. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you on your Watch City stream, brought to you by Baker College. We, of course, are level at 1. Atlas FC out of Liga MX, Detroit City FC. And away we go again, the second 45 minutes of play. Atlas FC on the attack early on. Stepping through, and that shot ripped over top of the crossbar.
Neil, Nate Steinwasser is still out there as keeper for Detroit City FC, but I think we're going to see some changes in this second half. Saw Sean Lawson warming up, a couple of other City players warming up. You know, Trevor James will want to give them a chance to have a run-out situation like this. He'll want all his players to have the experience.
Strategic Staffing Solutions is the official partner of DCFC's annual international series and proud sponsor of Detroit's soccer team. You can learn more at strategicstaff.com. Longtime partner, of course, for Detroit City, Strategic Staffing Solutions. Grateful to have them with us. Don't forget, and coming up in a little bit, weekly trivia presented by Fago. Oh, that ball blasted out of Hamtramck, let alone Keyworth.
That's a community donation.
You're not getting that one back, but I don't know where that one went, but it's long out of here. Yazid Matthews tried to find Jadida. Jadida got on the end of it. Jadida goes down to the turf.
And then the Atlas player goes down with no provocation. Very interesting.
Both players down right now. Of course, we're taking your tweets with the hashtag WatchCity. We'll get to some of those as the night rolls on. Training staff coming on for Atlas FC.
You wouldn't think that cramping would be an issue on a night like this, but you might see that. He comes in. All right, might have had his foot stepped on, and we're going to roll around for a minute. I will give the young man the benefit of the doubt and say that something in that collision with Tendai hurt.
That's Jorge Segura, who is here with Atlas FC on loan from Watford of the English Premier League. He's walking around a little gingerly, but looks like he will stay in the match.
Tendai might have stepped on his foot. All right. That's never easy with studs.
Segura trying to walk it off.
The extra roll on the ground was nice and theatric, but I'll give you that this foot was stepped on.
Whistle sounds, and we are restarted. Big crowd on hand, as there always is, but a little extra energy in the building here tonight. Atlas FC, a 4-3-1 mark in Liga MX. They sit in 6th in terms of the Apertura, the Liga MX table.
At least in the first 3-4 minutes here, Neil. Good job by Detroit City in not allowing Atlas to condense the field just yet. Still a 3 or 4 in defense for them at the moment.
Ryan Peterson started everything in just the 3rd minute. He got one by Camilo Vargas, keeper for the Colombian national team in the 2014 World Cup. And that sent a bolt of lightning through the crowd, also lit a fire under Atlas FC, who spent the majority of the first half on the attack. They were able to get one, but City held strong the rest of the time as Jadida steps up and plays it away. Osvaldo Martinez. Moving through, Vargas. Aldo Lopez Vargas, just 19 years old. Signed with the Atlas U20 team back on July 1st of 2017. A couple of their academy projects in the roster tonight. That cross played out. But before then, the flag is up.
You know, nice shape defensively for City right now. Not allowing Atlas seams to play a ball in, play a man on side. Keeping them outside the perimeter of the area. Not allowing any real service at the moment. It's a good start to the second half. Good first 5 minutes for Trevor James's club. And doing it, by the way, without going turtle and abandoning their shape. And that, again, and we've said it all night, and we will continue to, is really what Trevor James wants out of this. Is for his system to be tested and these players to play in it. And that's a nice cutout by Tendai and another gear there.
Jadida, maybe a little bit too much on the throttle as he overran the ball. Now Jadida called for the foul, moving back through as he absolutely eliminated Christopher Trejo.
He's going to get a booking for it, and that's somewhat fair.
Frustration for Tendai Jadida.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, was a professional foul booking and an I don't want this to get out of hand booking.
All in one package.
That's a foul from behind that if the referee had let that stand and only given it a free kick without a booking, that would have signaled to the Atlas players exactly what the standard was that they could then get away with. And you don't want things to get escalated in that regard.
Aguilar, line to the right. Vargas again. Into the middle with a lot of space. Cuero tried to slot it through. Nobody on the other end. 53rd minute. Ball sent up towards midfield. Detroit City FC as the foul is called. Quick restart, though, by Bakey Goodman. Yazzie Matthews on the move. Matthews out to the right side.
Move it.
That cross was blocked for Richard Bryan.
You cannot wait that long on the ball.
And you could see that, John, develop. The door was closing before our very eyes.
Very quickly. You had it out there, get it back in fast. The minute you take more than 2 or 3 dribbles of the ball,
that's a wrap.
That's done.
Well, and the higher level you are playing against, the shorter that window is. Service sent in beautifully and headed wide of the left post. Dangerous, quality chance for Atlas FC.
Great service in, and he missed the sitter, and he knows it. If you look at that reaction, he knows exactly what he had. Just turn it back, turn the head. Near post wide open. City lucky, it's still 1-1.
Facundo Marcelo Vieira, who has the goal for Atlas FC tonight, played in the Argentinian Premier League last year. And you see that through this roster, a very strong South American flavor to it. Of course, you certainly have your Mexican nationals as well. But a lot of that Argentinian flavor. And then, of course, their manager, Leandro Cufré, former Argentinian soccer great, played in the 2006 World Cup. You figure he would bring that with him to a degree.
Well, you see that a lot. You know, the Argentinian system, any Argentinian manager across the world likes some of their homegrown talent. Even my beloved Spurs with Mauricio Pochettino, he's Argentinian, and you see a couple of Argentinian players in the Spurs setup. So a lot of respect for the countrymen there.
Do you really? They're still playing soccer, that Spurs team?
They do. Not well at the moment, but they still play.
But they're still doing it. Okay, great. Glad to hear it. I didn't know if they were still at it over there in Tottenham. But apparently they are. Corner service. That's headed out wide. I always enjoy our EPL banter.
Well, I understand full well that you're a fan of the champions of Europe, but I'm going to give you your due. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to represent my boys.
New keeper on for Detroit City FC, Armando Quezada. Now between the sticks in just a couple of moments for Nate Steinwasher. At least that's what I'm being told will be coming up. And folks, remember, Level 1 Bank is the official sponsor of the Level 1 VIP section at Keyworth Stadium. Take your match day experience to the next level with on-field seating and unlimited food and drinks for just $50. Purchase your tickets at tickets.detcityfc.com. I'm telling you what, folks, that is the best deal in Detroit sports. That is fact, not opinion.
And you know what I like to see tonight? The gold section sold out. The Level 1 VIP section sold out.
Stands are packed here, especially on our broadcast side with the press box. There is nowhere to move.
So you cannot sit and wait on the Level 1 VIP section. Next match up, New York Cosmos coming into town.
One of the highlights, no question about it, of the
Battle-
Members Cup Series.
Battle for the top of the NPSL Members Cup. And you can get in food and drink included, and that includes adult beverages. And you can get in for the best value in Detroit sports. I believe, still $50?
$50
to get in. That is, you are not going to find a ticket deal better than that in Detroit. Tickets available, DebtCityFC.com.
Jose Rivaldo Lozana Silva. Substitution in as he plays it up for Atlas FC. "20 years old, 5'7", 137 pounds. That's Lozano Silva. Here's Ryan Peterson on the right side. Peterson service. Comes free, Yazid Matthews! 2-1 City!
Neil, the roof just came off Keyworth Stadium. Unbelievable. And that's what we've been talking about for the past 15 minutes. City waiting too long on the ball, allowing Atlas to close them down. Not this time. Look at this. Move in, touch, goal. Get it in from the wing, play it back to the middle, and Yazid Matthews didn't put it right on the keeper, put it toward a corner. That is the kind of one-touch, two-touch play City has been needing for the last 25 minutes against this Liga MX side. They got it, it paid off, and now they lead.
And John, I said it when Yazid Matthews showed up on the scene. I was intrigued to see what he could do. This is a guy where goals follow wherever he goes. The former JUCO National Player of the Year at Tyler Junior College. Scored 27 goals his sophomore year there. He can score goals.
And
Period.
what he can also do is get into space. That's the other half of that play being made. Yazid Matthews drifted away from the central defender, all alone in space. And now, something I'm sure Atlas did not expect, they have to chase this game with a half hour to go.
I'm sure eyebrows are being raised everywhere south of the border right now. The Liga MX giant Atlas FC on their heels a bit.
You know,
We're in the 60th minute, it's 2-1 City.
I bet if I were in the middle of Atlas social media at the moment, the excuse machine would start going. It's a friendly. We're coming up to the States in the middle of 2 league matches, yada, yada, yada. But the fact of the matter is, both of Detroit City's goals, good goals, well earned. And you can't make an excuse about that.
Some discussions being had. Christopher Trejo, Jalen Chrysler. And I'm going to get the feeling, too, this is going to become not so friendly over the course of the next few minutes. And we saw the heat that Atlas FC brought after Ryan Peterson scored to give DCFC the lead. Atlas FC at times had a one-man back line as they move forward. Let's see how much they turn up the heat here in the second half.
And that one-man back line was standing on the attacking
They had a
edge
no-man
of the,
back
of the
line.
center
Right.
circle.
That ball sent in, headed down.
Get out of there. Move it.
Chrysler taken down from behind, and that foul will be called. Under a half hour left. Business is picking up here at Keyworth.
You know, the first goal, you can see Atlas saying, all right, they got to score at home. Now we scored. Now we'll take it. I don't think Atlas ever believed they were going to be trailing with half an hour to go. And you're right. I think if there is another gear for Atlas in this match, you're about to see it. They will start playing the body. They have the height advantage.
Peterson tried to step through, and I would imagine this would have an impact, too. We talked about some of the planned subs for Trevor James. You know, as this becomes real, that probably will change a little bit as well. You're starting to manage to win. this matchup against Atlas FC.
Be very interesting to see what he does, whether or not he considers this a friendly, truly, regardless of scoreline, or whether beating a Liga MX side is something he cares about. I think whether or not we see wholesale changes, you're right. There is now a question to be asked of Trevor James.
Now it's time for our weekly trivia presented by Fago. This week's question: what World Cup did Atlas FC manager Leandro Cufré feature in for the Argentinian national team? Now, if you were listening earlier on, I gave you this answer by accident. I didn't mean to step on Lindsey Pearson's toes, but I did. But with all that being said, let's see. Let's see if you guys remember. Casillas played that one through. Now it squirts free. The whistle sounds, and the foul will be called against Atlas FC. Steinwasser will put the boot to it. We'll run this one pretty quick. I'll get you the answer. What World Cup did Atlas FC manager Leandro Cufré feature in the Argentinian national team? The answer, the 2006 World Cup in Germany. Cyrus Sadie on that left side. Casillas touched it ahead.
Look out here. Nice step in by Chrysler to force the ball out wide.
Stroh played it wide to the left side. That ball sent in. Eliminated by Stephen Carroll.
Have you noticed the crosses have gotten a little more intense?
There's a little more pace. You're absolutely right.
That was a leg away from Matthews being in again.
Matthews comes in and takes it away. Sadie punches it through, just a little bit heavy on that touch.
Well, Yazid Matthews is putting in a shift right now. He went from top of the D back to the halfway line to make an interception near touchline, and was the nearest City player to the ball, far touchline, to keep that ball in midfield and force Atlas back. That's an awful lot of pace.
Cuero, shot goes over top of the frame. Mauricio Cuero gave one a ride.
That's a great challenge. Great clean shoulder challenge by the City defender in there to force him wide, get him leaning, and that's why that shot went in and over the bar.
Substitution coming up for Atlas FC. Javier Marcelo Correa comes into the match. Correa, 11 goals last year for Colón of the Argentinian Premier League. Steinwasser bangs it down the pitch. Matthews mixing it up.
Okay.
As he got in the mix with Aguilar. Casillas to the corner. Crossing attempt.
Yazid Matthews
Peterson
slowed up a little bit there. If he had kept full going, he might have had another shot on frame.
Another substitution coming up. Ricardo Alvarez will come in. And John, here's an answer to a question you might have had before about the quality of side that Atlas FC would play tonight. Ricardo Alvarez, 11 goals in 73 matches played for Inter Milan of Serie A. 9 matches played for the Argentinian national team, where he also played in the 2014 World Cup. He's in the match.
Yeah, they brought a full-strength side. Interesting, though, have you noticed the last 2 players that have come in those double-digit numbers? Atlas had a couple of youth players with the triple-digit numbers that they could have brought in off the bench.
But the single digits are coming in.
Funny how when you're down 2-1 with 25 minutes to go, it changes who you choose to bring in off the bench.
Alvarez to the middle. Andrade, who also just came in. Andres Andrade. Frankie Goodman had it for a second. Sadie plays it up. We were speaking about Andres Andrade. He had 8 goals in 62 matches played for Club America. 8 goals in 59 matches for Leon. His father played for the Colombian national team. As that whistle will sound against Detroit City.
Okay, one thing here, a possible thing to watch out for Detroit City right now. Good ball movement, 1-touch, 2-touch passes. There are, however, a lot of balls being played back toward the City goal with their back to a defender. You got to watch you don't get stripped of the ball in your defensive third.
Oh, Alvarez with some skill. Alvarez lets go of a left-footed rocket. That's just wide of the frame. But just about exactly on the point of entry into this match. Ricardo Alvarez showing some world-class skill.
And Steinwash doing exactly what he should, which is taking every moment that he can and making sure he has a good run-up.
This ball would play back to the keeper. Look out for Ryan Peterson coming in with a full head of steam.
Yazid Matthews and Ryan Peterson have been an absolute bother for the defense for Atlas today. And look at that ball to get Yazid in.
Matthews inside the 18. Makes his move, touches it wide. Casillas on the move and going down to the turf. It's Camilo Vargas to make the grab.
Don't fall asleep here. Get in and win the ball in the air.
Stephen Carroll does just that. Headed up to Cyrus Sadie. There's a rhythm to the way Detroit City FC is playing right now, John.
Very good rhythm. Better passing, less time over the ball. That last attack in, Yazid Matthews, again, it goes back to what we were talking about. The door started to close. He was able to drop it back, and it didn't result in anything, but City's starting to pick up the fact that they need to move the ball quicker.
Played back to the keeper, Vargas again. Former World Cup player with Colombia in 2014 outlets it to the left side. Lozano Silva sends it back. Now they'll try the right side. Threaded through. Jalen Chrysler stands tall.
Great job by Chrysler to not be pushed off the ball. Clearly a height advantage for the man he's going against in that challenge. He used good body position.
Fakey Goodman. They try to close the door. Tendai Jadida is out on the left side.
Run.
Makes his move. Matthews, Peterson, over to Matthews! Just wide. Off the half volley.
Look at this world-class ball by Tendai. Put it on a dime. And it just checked up a little bit on Yazid Matthews. If that runs forward, it's 3-1. Tendai Jadida, heck of a job to pick your head up. And we see some City subs now. This is your answer. Trevor James, a man of his word, he's going to give his subs a run out.
Armando Quezada comes in to assume the goalkeeping duties. Evans Frimpong in as well. And how about this to walk into? If you're Quezada, your club leads 2-1 over a Liga MX Power. You're in the 71st minute, and away you go.
Now, if I'm Atlas, I run right at Frimpong. See where he's at headwise in this game.
Ricardo Alvarez to the right. Vargas. Back to Alvarez. Then Alvarez makes a run. They'll try the middle of the pitch. Aguilar. The Atlas FC Youth Academy product. Stepping through the middle. Nifty touch. Up ahead towards the top of the 18. Evans Frimpong stands tall.
They did run right at Frimpong.
Here comes Cyrus Sadie. with Yazid Matthews. Cyrus puts on the brakes.
Move the ball. Watch out.
Frimpong makes a run. He has it temporarily. And then he'll be called for the foul. Quick restart, though, by Atlas FC. The whistle stopped everyone for City. And Alvarez sends up a quality ball ahead inside the 18. Taken away one more time. Stephen Carroll eliminates the threat.
This game is busted wide open, Neil. Atlas is moving forward, and City is getting some joy on the counter. We've got a City player down. I think it is Cyrus Sadie. And Atlas does the sporting thing and plays it out.
The whistle sounds, and Cyrus Sadie. Not a lot of movement, but here was the defensive play of the game for right now, I guess you could say.
Beautiful, clean challenge. Way to stick your body in front. And now you just hope Cyrus Sadie is okay.
Motor City Casino Hotel is the official hotel and casino of DCFC. Be sure to log on to DebtCityFC.com to watch the Motor City match recap from tonight's activities. I don't know what a recap is. How about a recap?
Well, recap is when you're changing superhero colors and you know.
We'll see if Cyrus Sadie can recap right here.
That's exactly.
And it looks like Roddy Green coming into the match, which gives us an opportunity to tell you about the upcoming matches here for Detroit City FC. They'll hit the road next week as they will continue play in the Members Cup at Milwaukee. And then that's one that I've been waiting for a long time. The New York Cosmos in town on Saturday, September 21st as Roddy Green comes in.
You know, and I never thought I would say this about Detroit City FC. That Milwaukee game's a trap game. You're in between the Cosmos and playing a Liga MX side. They got to go up to Milwaukee and play in an environment that is never easy. Not necessarily electric, but not necessarily easy either.
Electricity picking up here in Keyworth. Vargas plays it back to the keeper, and there's some trouble as Peterson with the pressure. Boy.
I thought he played it back with his feet. How is the keeper able to handle it like that? I would love to see a replay there to see if it went off the foot of the Atlas player, because if so and it was handled, it should have been a violation.
I believe did he chest it down? That's got to be the only explanation, right?
See, I thought I saw it go off an arm. That's very interesting. Would not have been a penalty, would have been an indirect free kick, but let's take a look here.
It was played back with a foot. I think it was
played
chested.
back and close. There, I thought I saw it go off the arm. Good job by our crew to get that replay. That was very close. And a nice job by the referee's assistant to watch that closely.
Detroit City Fieldhouse is Detroit's newest indoor athletic facility located in the heart of the city. Leagues are now forming for adults and youth. Check out DebtCityFC.com for more information. Of course, you can come out and check out City Radio, the official podcast of Detroit City FC. That'll be recorded live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. from the clubhouse. Atlas FC now trying the right side. Ricardo Alvarez. He made a bid to level this match. City with that 2-1 lead. Jalen Chrysler again concedes a corner, but does well to eliminate the cross.
You will take conceding a corner. It's also going to be interesting to see how much of a friendly the officials consider this. With the injuries and a couple stoppages, should be about 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time.
So far.
Will we see 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time?
Corner served in, and that's headed wide of the frame. So a goal kick coming up for Armando Quezada. Spent some time earlier this year with the Greenville Triumph of USL League One. Also played for San Antonio in the USL Championship level. So he's a professional. And he has walked into the pressure cooker. His side with a 2-1 lead over the Liga MX team, Atlas FC.
He does not have Nate Steinwasser's leg on the punts. But
No, he
he's
doesn't.
very quick.
But he
in a
comes off the
situation
line.
like that.
That ball just sent back up the pitch by Tendai Jadida.
Jean-Claude Lawson getting ready to come on here. Get his moment for City.
Ball cleared back out of the way. And this is a situation, John, when you're moving forward the way Atlas FC is, Lawson can come out and be a closer.
He will make the counter an even more real threat. Be very interesting to see who he comes in for, whether it's a like-for-like replacement or whether Trevor James brings off a midfielder.
Spinning and moving. Correa sends it across, lining it up. Shot blocked. Through at the top of the D. Martinez sends it out to Vargas. Martinez gets it back, building it up now with Alvarez.
Center back's way forward right now. A ball over the top of the counter
Back
could be
heel
very good.
Martinez threads it through. Played away at the last possible moment. Oh, yeah, the Black Arrow Award winner from last year, Stephen Carroll.
What an amount of distance made up by Carroll. Watch this. Comes in behind. Quezada was in trouble. And Stephen Carroll recognized it, tracked back, and made a heck of a play.
Alvarez.
"12 minutes to go."
Service sent in, played down dangerously to the back, and the shot was blocked.
City's back line absolutely putting in yeoman's efforts right now. It is officially all hands to the pumps for Atlas. They have committed forward. 3 substitutes coming in. For Atlas.
Eleuterio Jimenez Contreras, one of the combatants coming on, as is Edson Rivera, excuse me. He checks in as well. Edson Rivera led the Mexican U20 national team in goals back in 2011. Contreras we talked about, 21-year-old, signed from the U20 Academy team on July 1st. So that's your answer as to what Leandro Cufré would do, as he's given his young guys a go in the pressure cooker also.
And of course, Jean-Claude Lawson's come on for City. His pace is going to be something Atlas is going to have to deal with.
Banky Goodman, the target on the throw. Jadida mixing it up.
Rich Bryan, a good ball out wide. Oh, cut out though.
Here comes Atlas FC. We're in the 81st minute. Sean Lawson with the takeaway. Chipped ahead. Can Lawson get on the end of it? He can't. Contreras. A little bit too much on that pass to the left side. Throwing coming up for City. Roddy Green will make his way over slowly.
And now if you're City, it becomes clock management central. Not enough that you see extra time added on, but play within the rules of the game at this point.
Jadida with the challenge. Banky Goodman. Frimpong wide on the right. Banky retreats to the open space.
What must Trevor James be thinking right now? Comes in, first-year manager of Detroit City FC. You're leading a Liga MX team with 10 minutes to go. And your team has played brilliantly all night.
Zaldivar played it up ahead. Chrysler bangs that one off the line. Atlas with that left side attack, ready to cross into the 83rd minute. Chrysler again stands tall.
The key here is not to overcommit to the touchline. Pay attention to the men in the middle. That's the target, not the men with the ball out wide.
Chrysler heads it up. Matthews offside position, and the flag will go up. Even I caught that one from up here, John.
And a good decision by the referee's assistant. The tendency out that high is to put the flag down, and offside is offside once you get into the attacking half.
Frimpong tried to disrupt the play, but instead, Zaldivar ahead. Stephen Carroll retreats. Brian will turn it and send it over towards the corner touchline.
Smart by Brian, though, to kick it out for a throw as opposed to conceding the set piece.
Sent inside the mixing bowl. Popped up in the air by Evans Frimpong. And all 11 players for Atlas FC in the attacking half.
That shows you it's a little more than a friendly right now. They're taking this very seriously. Center back standing on the attacking side of the center circle. But still 2 instead of 1. And that shot from distance well over the bar.
City will take it. The seconds seem like minutes, and the minutes seem like hours as we get another look.
A little further off frame than I think he would have liked, and City will take that all day.
Because that, in essence, is a 30-second runoff minimum.
Quezada has inspected every panel of the ball.
Now it comes through the middle. Atlas FC on the attack. Rivera played through the middle. Richard Bryan will send it out. Banky Goodman touches it away. Here's Sean Lawson. Lawson scissors over to Frimpong. Into the corner he goes.
Keep it in that corner for now.
Frimpong muscled off by Zaldivar. Now it's time for the official tenants, brought to you by Rip It Energy, the official energy drink of Detroit City FC. The official number tonight, 7,478. Incredible.
And we also got a note from the public address announcer. They've sold out of City Clubhouse pies. I would bet they've sold out of a lot of things tonight.
Absolutely. 86th minute. The screws continue to tighten. Alvarez touches it across. Rivera goes wide. Shot curled over top of the frame. Incredible pace on this shot by the right foot. Look at that. Quezada just hanging around.
You know, he looks diminutive out there, but that shows you the hops he's got to go up and be near that as it was curled over the bar. By the way, unsung hero kind of moments right now, the play of Sean Claude Lawson and Yazid Matthews. Why, you ask, am I talking about two forwards?
Here comes another opportunity. That shot rifled wide of the frame.
Why am I talking about two forwards when it's all hands to the pumps and it's defend, defend, defend for City? Because Matthews and Lawson are staying out top. And look at that. Curls just wide.
Boy, Contreras gave one a ride, the 21-year-old.
Matthews and Lawson are staying far enough up the field that it's forcing the defense back. And that doesn't allow Atlas to condense the pitch as much as they'd like to.
Yazid Matthews will lose a possession. Segura with some words for the official. Roddy Green takes no chances and heads it away.
I think when that ball went into the stands, it caught a piece of DCFC owner Alex Wright. So even Alex getting involved in the action this evening. Under 3 minutes to go in normal time, and look at City over the ball.
Lawson.
Get it forward. Don't play cute with it. There we go. Out wide and control.
Brian in the corner.
Smart. Take it to the corner flag. Make Atlas make a play. Now, it doesn't always work if you get muscled off the wall, but that's the right thing to do there. Waste the time.
The throw in coming up. That foul is called, and now some frustration boiling over. And the players will have a meeting. All the players in this match will have a meeting at the midfield line. The friendly, not so friendly right now.
I don't think they're talking diplomacy.
They are not. In the meantime, the clock still ticking.
Oh, hey.
Lots of frustration from Andres Andrade.
That's just another example of the fact that Atlas, it's one thing to come up and play a friendly. It's another thing to be trailing 2-1 with a minute and a half to go in normal time. Nice job by the officials, by the way, to get control of that. And
that ball just hoofed down the pitch.
That's all you're going to see from City. Anywhere but our half.
Atlas will try the left side. Chrysler trying to recover, and Chrysler with the slide tackle executed perfectly. A little bit of theatrics here from Atlas FC. That ball sent back up top.
That was desperation. Uh-oh, look out here.
Sends it inside the 18. Matthews anticipating that contact. And the whistle sounds for the foul. But we are moving towards 90 minutes played. Detroit City FC trying to do the unthinkable and knock off a Liga MX Power.
I think you're going to see at least 3 minutes. Maybe more.
Ball headed back to the keeper.
Oh, Evans Frimpong.
Absolutely ran through by Edgar Zaldivar.
That's got to be a booking. Has to be. And he's got to get a booking. Yep.
Plus side for Detroit City, of course. This will take a few minutes, and I believe I'm looking at Jacob Little, the fourth official. He gave the 4-minute sign to Trevor James. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. of stoppage time. That's all that stands between Detroit City FC and a signature win over Atlas FC of Liga MX. Matthews muscled off by Zagora.
The fence line has grown over in the northern guard part of things. They are ready to go absolutely nuts.
There will be 3 minutes of stoppage time officially. Atlas FC moving forward, trying to level this match in the dying moments. Open space on the left. Ball served in.
Smart. Control it. Don't concede the corner.
Rich Bryan will give the throw, but that's it.
We're through the first minute or more of stoppage time.
And a throw-in coming up for City. This will go to work on about 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, got to make the ball, sure the ball is properly inflated. Look at City close on the ball. Get it out of there. There it is.
And Sean Lawson will make a run. Segura unable to keep it in play.
What a win this would be for Trevor James. And what a statement of intent for Detroit City FC going forward.
Bryan to throw it in. We're in the dying moments. Yazid Matthews.
Past at least 2 minutes here, Neil. We're in the final minute.
And Atlas FC just not able to get much going right now. But you think they'll get it together for one more push at least.
Play smart, play technical, don't overcommit.
Through the middle. A lot of sauce on that pass to Alvarez. That's popped over the line.
Referee checks his watch. This will be the last attack, you have to think. Clear it anywhere.
Headed up towards the line of the 18. Now banged over the line by Bryan. The whistle sounds as Detroit City FC defeated a Liga MX team. Of course, DCFC 2, Atlas FC 1, full time.
Neil, we've just witnessed one of the best nights in Detroit City history. One of the best nights in lower division U.S. soccer history. One of the best nights in Keyword Stadium history. Goliath came to town and David got him again.
Yazid Matthews, the game winner in the 58th minute. And City made it stand. What a night here at Keyworth.
Trevor James wanted this club to play their way. They were not going to allow Atlas to force them to turtle. I spoke with him a week ago. He said, I want to see my boys play the way we want them to play. Because we know if we can do it against Atlas, we can do it against anybody. And boy, did they do it against Atlas.
Detroit City FC will hit the road next week. And as you talked about it, John, the most trap match in the history of trap matches, as they will go to Milwaukee. But the objective remains the same. And yes, this is a great moment, defeating a Liga MX team that's currently sitting in 6th place in Liga MX. But the eye on the prize remains the same, and that is to win the Members' Cup. They need to get 3 points next week, and of course the New York Cosmos coming in on the 21st.
Well, and that's the thing. You got to get the points on the road to keep the pressure on the Cosmos, because right now you're top of the table. Cosmos already have a draw. So you win the next 2 matches, and it's game on to try to take the hardware in the NPSL Members Cup. You can start worrying about that tomorrow. Tonight, you celebrate like you've earned it, because you have.
It's going to be in party in Detroit tonight. City 2, Atlas FC 1 from broadcast partner John Krieger. My name is Neil Rule. Thank you, everybody, for watching our Watch City stream brought to you by Baker College. Well, see you later.